Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Haldus and today I want to talk about large language models. So most people think of these as artificial intelligence, however all they do is generate text, so even with the most accurate responses there isn't much use from them. What if the large language model response could trigger an action? So in front of me I have the Google's Gemini LLM, and today I want to show you how to trigger an action based off the large language model's response. So one cool thing that you can do with pretty much any LLMs like Llama, ChatGPT and Gemini is that you can format the response as JSON. So as you can see, it generates the response in the JSON list. You can also specify the kind of response that you want. So if you give it an example, it will basically format the output in the same way. So I'm sure this is not new and a lot of people already know how to do this, but for me this was like new and interesting. So this is just .NET 8 console app. Because I'm using the Gemini LLM, I needed to create an API key for it. Then I found this .NET Gemini SDK on GitHub. This made the whole interaction between my little program and an LLM way easier. So then I tried one of the examples just to see if the SDK was working, and I got an error saying that you have to set up a billing account for your API key. So that's what I did next. And only then I was finally able to get a response from Gemini. So then I quickly wrote two functions that would be triggered by the LLM's response. So these would be the actions that the LLM could trigger. In this case, because this is just an example, these functions don't really do anything. They just return a string. However, you could write some more complex code to have them perform a more complex action. What I've done before, I've used this basically asking basic maths questions to the LLM and saying format your response in JSON, and then it answers either true or false. The main idea was to ask the LLM the same kind of true or false question, and then based off the LLM's response, it would trigger a different function. I started by deserializing the LLM's response and then created a simple if-else to check the response and trigger a different function. I ended up getting an exception because for some reason the LLM's response contained backticks. Then I realized that the easiest way to fix this was to just specify the format in the prompt. Then finally, I was able to trigger the appropriate function from the LLM's response. Later, when reading the documentation, I found the function calling feature. This allows to specify the format response without using the prompt. So overall, I think triggering specific functions from large language models responses is a way to make the LLMs useful. So like and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks for watching and see you again in the next one.